Life is a mosaic of joy and pain, triumph and struggle, light and shadow. For centuries, humanity has grappled with one of life's most profound questions: why does a loving God allow us to suffer? At first glance, suffering may seem cruel or purposeless, but a deeper understanding reveals it as an essential part of our spiritual and personal growth. Like a sculptor chiseling away at a block of marble to reveal a masterpiece, God uses suffering to shape us into the best versions of ourselves. 1. The refining process, purifying the soul. In the Bible, suffering is often compared to the refining of gold in fire. Gold, though precious, is extracted from the earth mixed with impurities. It must be subjected to intense heat to remove these impurities, leaving behind pure, radiant metal. Similarly, our trials act as refining fires, burning away our pride, selfishness, and complacency. Consider this: without challenges, would we ever grow beyond our comfort zones? Adversity forces us to confront our weaknesses, develop resilience, and seek God's guidance. When we endure suffering, we emerge stronger, purer, and closer to the divine image we were created to reflect. 2. Teaching dependence on God. In times of abundance and ease, it is easy to forget our dependence on God. Suffering, however, humbles us and reminds us of our need for a higher power. When we face circumstances beyond our control, loss, illness, heartbreak, we are driven to seek refuge in God. This dependence is not a sign of weakness, but of wisdom. The Apostle Paul, in 2 Corinthians 12 verse 9, writes about a thorn in the flesh that caused him great pain. When he pleaded with God to remove it, God replied, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness." Through suffering, Paul learned to rely on God's strength rather than his own. It is in our moments of greatest vulnerability that we experience God's presence most profoundly. 3. Cultivating compassion and empathy. Suffering equips us to understand and support others in their struggles. Without experiencing pain, we might lack the compassion necessary to comfort those who are hurting. When we walk through the valleys of life, we gain the empathy to extend a helping hand to others. Consider the story of Joseph in the Bible. Betrayed by his brothers, sold into slavery, and unjustly imprisoned, Joseph endured immense suffering. Yet, his trials prepared him to become a leader who saved countless lives during a famine. Joseph's suffering enabled him to forgive his brothers and see God's greater purpose at work. "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good." Genesis 50 verse 20. 4. Strengthening faith and character. Faith, like muscle, grows stronger under strain. Suffering challenges us to trust God even when we do not understand His plan. It teaches us patience, perseverance, and the courage to endure. A story is told of a man who found a cocoon and decided to help a butterfly emerge by cutting it open. While his intentions were kind, the butterfly emerged weak and unable to fly. It turns out that the struggle to break free from the cocoon is what strengthens a butterfly's wings. Similarly, our struggles are not meant to destroy us, but to prepare us for the heights we are destined to reach. James 1 verses 2-4 reminds us, "Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything." 5. Revealing the bigger picture. God's perspective is infinitely greater than ours. While we see only the immediate pain, He sees the grand tapestry of our lives and eternity. Sometimes, suffering serves purposes we cannot comprehend in the moment. It may prepare us for a future blessing, teach us a lesson, or impact the lives of others in ways we may never know. Take, for example, the story of Job. Despite losing everything, his wealth, family, and health, Job ultimately declared, "Though he slay me, yet will I hope in him." Job 13 verse 15. Job's unwavering faith in the face of suffering serves as a testament to the truth that God's plans are always for our ultimate good, even when we do not understand them. 6. Transforming suffering into glory. God does not waste pain. Every trial, no matter how difficult, can be transformed into a testimony of His faithfulness. Through suffering, we learn to reflect His love, share His grace, and bring glory to His name. Romans 8 verse 28 assures us, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose." This promise reminds us that suffering is never the end of the story. For those who trust in God, every trial will ultimately lead to triumph. Conclusion: the ultimate purpose of suffering. While suffering is never easy, it is a tool God uses to draw us closer to Him, mold our character, and fulfill His greater purposes. It is a journey through which we discover our own strength, deepen our faith, and learn to love others more fully. God does not delight in our pain, but He allows it because He sees the masterpiece He is creating in us. Like an artist who sees beauty in the raw, unshaped clay, God envisions the glory of what we will become. In moments of suffering, let us remember that we are never alone. God walks with us through the fire, holding us, refining us, and transforming our pain into purpose. Suffering, though bitter, is the prelude to a story of redemption, grace, and eternal joy.
Please subscribe, like, comment, and share this video. It means a lot to us. Thank you.